Hey everyone, Rogue Leader here, back with another video, and today we will be looking at an old LEGO Star Wars set from the year 2018, that being set 75212, the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. It came with 7 minifigs and 1,383 pieces, and retailed for $170. Now today, if you want it sealed, you're going to be paying at least $250. But if you want it opened, you're going to be paying closer to $190. So yeah, very cool set. This honestly is a set I never thought I was going to own, but a deal came up to get it opened with all its minifigures in good condition. So yeah, I figured might as well jump on it. So that's why I have this set here today. And yeah, so I'm excited. The figures are great. The build is honestly way cooler than I thought. I never really paid much attention to it until I actually got the set, but yeah, so anyways, let's get into it. Our first minifigure is Han Solo, and I think he looks great. He's got what has now become a classic hairpiece for him in the Han Solo hair that I want to say came out in 2016. Then he's got the head, which is been used a bunch in different sets. It's been used in Star Wars, it's been used in Marvel, probably been used in like DC and other themes, and I believe it originated here with the young Han Solo. I believe it, it is referred to as the young Han Solo face. You got this little kind of smirk, and then on the other side you have a, I dropped that, but on the other side you have a slightly more concerned face, and then of course you have his brown jacket that he wears, I think for the last half of the film-ish. He does have quite a few outfit changes. I think he comes in most of the sets, and he never has a repeat outfit. He has like the winter coat, he has the Corellia suit, he has the the Imperial getup. But yeah, really love the coat. And then of course he's got all the holster straps and whatnot, and then he comes with his iconic blaster. Next is Chewbacca, and when this minifigure, or when these sets came out back in 2018, I remember being really surprised that we got a brand new mold for Chewbacca. But yeah, he's got the cross straps instead of just the singular strap, so that's really cool. He comes with this blaster because at this point he didn't have his bowcaster yet. Got some leg printing, which I'm not sure, I haven't compared it, but I imagine is just the same that he always comes with. And then you got just a plain brown torso. So yeah, and then no real detail on the back. It's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, still a great minifigure and one of my favorite Chewbaccas. Here is young Lando Calrissian, and I gotta say, Donald Glover's performance as Lando from this movie was easily one of the best parts about this movie. I didn't like the movie a ton. I loved Donald Glover in it though. So he has this hairpiece, which also I want to say it was created for him. It's kind of a mix between the fin hair and the spiky hairpiece, and then he's got a real cool like collar that connects down to his cape, and then the cape is actually blue on the inside, black on the outside. The collar is just black and black. So, but yeah. Then you got his yellow torso with some like a scarf running down and a red belt. All is really cool. And then his head, you got like a smirk on one side and then a much bigger smile on, or I guess more of a concerned face that is on there. So really cool. And I love the facial hair they gave him. And then he also has a blaster. Here's Kira. Again, I think she looks great. Got a lot of great stuff going on with her. So starters, we got the hairpiece, which just looks pretty good. It's kind of rubbery, so I'm assuming this is a Friends hairpiece from the Lego Friends sets, but yeah. And then she's got just a regular smile and concerned look. Face has been on a ton of minifigures. And then I really like her tan jacket with what looks like a black dress running down, or maybe black dress with pants, I'm not sure, but yeah. Great minifigure, simple, but definitely captures her look. Next is one of my favorite minifigures from the set, that being the Pike Warrior, or the Pike like character, I guess. But he looks amazing. I love the helmet they gave him, or not the helmet, but like the hood helmet type mold thing that they wear throughout it. And then I love the head with the golden kind of just, I don't even know, like just his golden face. And then the torso, I love the like kind of detail of like the dirt and mud. And then of course you have like tubes and stuff running down. And honestly, I really wish this minifigure had come in at least one other set. This would have been a great minifigure to get a bunch of, because I really think the Pikes look cool. And I mean, if you guys liked the Book of Boba Fett, which I know not many people do, I don't, but you know, there were a bunch of them in there, so yeah. Here is the Kessel operations droid, just a kind of boring background droid, nothing really crazy going on. But I do think it's pretty cool. You got this cool like visor, like vertical visor thing, and then you got torso, which is very reminiscent of C-3PO, obviously, just in red, and has a few things that are different. Then again, you got some like dirt and mud on the bottom just to represent that, like, you know, it is a working droid. And then back you got like some exposed wiring and panels, and then this like back box that's got wires coming out of it. So pretty cool minifigure, you know, definitely something that's cool to like help build out your little Kessel area, but you know, nothing special. This minifigure is really interesting. This is DDDB, so that's like dog, ball is, so DDDB. And for the longest time, up until literally like a week or two ago when I got this set and looked it up on Bricklink, I thought this was just a really weird way they decided to make L337, I think was her name. That was like Lando's kind of personal droid. I thought this was just that droid until I realized the names didn't match, and I looked it up, and it's a background droid on Kessel. So for literal years and years, I thought this was just a weird way to create L3, and they had, you know, done some interesting thing to it. Nope, it's a completely different droid. So yeah, I don't know, you know, I just didn't know that. But anyways, you got two stickers here, or I'm sorry, this is printed, but, oh, actually, no, they're both printed. I thought this was a sticker. Okay, well, they're both printed. That's actually really nice. But you got a back print here too. Black cylinder on top, and then it uses some of these like kind of bionicle type feet, or like robot type feet. And yeah, and looks pretty accurate to the source material. So yeah. Looking at the Falcon, I think it definitely looks like it's from 2018, but it also looks really nice. I love the white and blue design. I think, you know, I loved it in the movie, and then I love it. Like, it's one of those color schemes that just looks really cool and clean to me. I think also the E-Wing we just got a couple years ago also had a white and blue color scheme, also looked great. But yeah, it looks real great. This is the older version of Falcon, where instead of they have the bigger panels that you can open, you have to open every panel individually, so that's kind of unfortunate. But most of these panels are actually unique. They have some like little design difference. But so like so if I just show you the back real quick, you got this one, which is the same as this one, but then these two are different. Then these two are the same, and these two are the same as each other. So it's like, yes, it's symmetrical, but then it's also like kind of not. And in the sense that basically, I mean, like, not every panel is the exact same, which I do like. And then over here you have like this panel is, I believe, the only panel of that on this set. Oh no, it's over here too. But then this one and this one, completely unique. So yeah, it's great. And then of course you have the main kind of panel that goes up the front. And if you know anything about these Falcons, you can just pull it straight forward. But because of this set includes the Millennium Falcon's escape pod, you can actually only pull it this far forward. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the actual escape pod out. And it's a pretty basic escape pod, but it also accurately captures it. You got a little clear piece up here. I don't know if that's supposed to represent like a little windscreen or something. But yeah, you got the rails, or the rail guides that these rails latch onto. And of course you got more of the blue color scheme and whatnot. And then you got some engines in the back, which are pretty nice. And then these two pieces connect right here and right here. So it kind of keeps it in place, because obviously if this will go in, the rails will keep it, you know, not to fall off, but you don't want it sliding like this. So it'll just keep it secure. And then to open it, this panel just goes forward and out, and you got a nice little control panel and a thing of, I believe it's coaxium that they're after in the movie. So we got some coaxium, and of course it's pretty kind of boring interior, nothing crazy, but you can lay a figure down and they can pilot the escape pod. Unfortunately, because of just how it's built, you can only fit one minifigure in there, and they have to lay down because of just all this stuff. So yeah, but still great. So, oh, there we go. So that just attaches right there, but we'll actually take that off. One thing I will say is without this particular model, I feel like without this, these front parts just look way too small compared to the rest of the ship. And it's kind of interesting. But with that out of the way, you can now pull this all the way down and take a look at our first bit of interior. This is pretty much just a place to hold more spring-loaded shooters, which are for the spring-loaded shooters you can find here and right here. And to shoot them, you just have to press down on this gray hinge, or not hinge piece. I guess it is a hinge piece, but you just press down on that. Or sorry, you press down on the cone or the slope piece in front of it, and they go flying out. And then you can just reload them and enjoy the fun again. Opening up our first quarter section of interior, and then you have the antenna dish, which has nice bits of rotation, so that's really cool. But opening that up, you've got several, you got like the kind of iconic, quarter seats with the chess table in the middle, and you got it yellow because of course Han doesn't own the Falcon yet, so it's all kind of nice and clean. And you can have figures here. You also got a sticker right there, just kind of representing, I guess a planet. And then you also have some control panels right here with a black chair that you can sit a minifigure in and have him just do his thing. And then the control panels, kind of difficult to see, but they are, I'll try and zoom in, pretty cool. Unfortunately, the stickers are kind of messed up. I didn't place the stickers. I got this set used, but oh well. Then looking over here, we got this nice cannon piece, I guess. I think it's cannon. You got one on the other side too. And yeah. Oh, and just knocked it off. And then I believe it should, yeah, it'll let you close it with the minifigure in. That would be a problem if it didn't. But yeah, so that's all good. Our next space is this right here. So you can open up these three. You can see these two got like the engines or whatever, and then these ones are just normal. And you can see it's a pretty nice, it's a pretty nice space. So you got a nice little like kind of bar area that you can have Lando, drinking some stuff. You got a few different options, some coffee mugs and whatnot. And then you got the bed area, and you can just place him in there. There's no studs for them to connect to, so they just kind of try and zoom in, but you can, so they just kind of sit in there. But yeah, it looks great. And then you also have, zoom out a little bit, you have a little thing for a blaster, I guess, if you wanted it. A little clip to put a blaster like that, I guess. Closing that back up. Oh, broke that one off. But closing that up and going to the next section, we have more stuff. So first we have the hyperdrive, I guess is what it is, but it looks great, cool, and detailed. And then you got two different crates, each one with a sticker of just like a warning on them. And then in both of them, you are going to find coaxium. So that is great. And then you have another clip right here for a blaster. And this is just a kind of walkway, nothing really special going on there. And then the last like real bit of interior here is this walkway. So you have, of course, the walkway that leads all the way through. You can't really move it because you can open these two, but you can't move this. So there's just real no point to try and get in there. But you also have a docking ramp, so you just pull it down, and you can see it right there. Doesn't come down a ton, but it comes down enough. And yeah, you can kind of see what that looks like. So that's pretty cool. And then moving to the next bit of interior spot, we have the cockpit. So you can just take this off, and then like that. And once you have that open, you got a little coffee mug with a little dispenser, I guess, and a little, like, I don't know, shelf area. And then you can put your minifigures. You have space, like most of these Playscale Falcons, for 2 minifigures. One there, and another one here, maybe. Sort of. Come on. There we go. So, yeah. Looks great. Yeah, so it's pretty basic, and then you do have a control panel. I'll just lift it up with some more kind of detail, and then of course the lever, and then you can just put this back on, and come on. Wait. Chewbacca might not fit in here. Unless I'm like crazy. Let's see. Let's try get that over, move that over. And lay him back a bit. There we go. Alright, you just gotta lay him back a bit. But there. Looks just great. And then our last little bit of interior is going to be, oh, broke that off again, this top area with the cannon. So you got a nice piece for the like windshield. And of course you have the cannon, which isn't like the quad lasers you see on the regular Falcon. It's just a single one, because at this point, remember, this Falcon's more of a luxury Lando Calrissian luxury ship. It's not the, you know, ship that's got to outrun Imperials and shoot and like have firepower. So just having one singular cannon is solid. And you do have, God, I knocked that off again, but you do have a cannon, the exact same build underneath, except the underneath one is stationary and won't move out, and this one can, so you can pull that up and you can pull the controls out. And again, like most Falcons at this play scale, you got 2 seats. You just take your minifigure, sit him down, push the control panel towards him, and then you just slide him back in. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Slide him back in, close it up, and you're ready to shoot. So yeah, all in all, it's a great set. I love this too, the little docking port design. But yeah, all in all, a very, very good set with lots of details, and I'm very happy with it. I think it was definitely a good purchase. And you know, I wouldn't, if you like are looking to buy an older Millennium Falcon, I definitely recommend the Rise of Skywalker one more than this. I don't actually have it built, but obviously the Rise of Skywalker one is an actual normal colored Falcon, whereas this one is not. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think of this set. Do you have this set or any of the other Solo sets? I feel like some of them didn't sell well. Obviously the TIE Fighter sold well, but I feel like some of the other ones just did not sell. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, like and subscribe. Bye.